Hi everyone, this is Caroline Speaks, the State of Our World on Monday, August 23rd, 2021. So what is it? Good, bad, and different. All three. A lot of problems in the world today, all over. Main headlines are the Taliban's resurgence was years in making and aided by Trump, our former president, who sidelined the Afghan government in talks. Trump had talks with the Taliban about peace, withdrawing the American forces, but Trump did not include the Afghan government. So Trump made a deal with them and acceded to the Taliban's wishes to free many Taliban prisoners from Afghan jails and to basically withdraw all American troops by May 1st of 2021. They made this deal early in the year 2020 with no inclusion of the Afghan government. And then Trump did not ask for what about the people who helped the Americans? What about various groups that were helping people in Afghanistan? He wasn't interested in that. He was only interested in getting out, thinking that would help him win re-election later in 2020. So anyway, but President Biden won the election. He came in and he knew that the deal had been made for May 1st withdrawal of American troops, but he extended that to August 31st, and now it's going to be extended further. There's still a lot of chaos at the airport, people trying to get there to get flights, not only people who live in Kabul, but other parts of the country. And so there have been trips by U.S. military and allied, like NATO military, to get people out. But there is no time for real vetting of people. The goal now is to get as many people to the airport and out of the country, and then sort out where they go afterwards. They're going to various countries in the Middle East and in Europe, and I hope that they all get out safely. The Taliban will depend on a lot of foreign aid to keep the country going, otherwise they're going to have problems. The ISIS is still in Afghanistan. They don't like the Taliban. And then there are other groups. There's a person who was supposed to succeed the former president of Afghanistan. So anyway, it's a big problem. Now, another story. Proud Boys and far-right groups tied to the January 6th invasion of the Capitol attack reporters and others at anti-mask, anti-vax rally in Los Angeles, liberal Los Angeles. Okay, so what are some other things? Chaos and desperation reign at Kabul airport as Afghans try to evacuate the Taliban takeover. Taliban leader arrives for talks in Kabul as Afghans demand security and jobs. U.S. tops 1,000 daily COVID-19 deaths for the first time since March. Sri Lanka locks down for 10 days amid world COVID-19 surge of pandemic. India and Taiwan roll out domestically produced COVID vaccines despite lack of trial data. Death toll from Tennessee flash floods rises to 22. Hurricane Grace kills at least 8 in Mexico. More than 50 feared dead after boat carrying refugees capsized en route to Canary Islands. UNICEF says fighting in Syria is increasingly killing children. Dozens of Palestinians hurt as Israeli soldiers fire on protesters. Okay, now what's that all about? In Gaza, dozens of Palestinians, including a 13-year-old child, were wounded Saturday after Israeli forces opened fire on a crowd of hundreds of protesters along the separation barrier with Israel. Protesters are calling for an end to the blockade of the Gaza Strip and to allow for the reconstruction of the territory following an 11-day assault on the territory that killed 260 Palestinians, including 66 children earlier this year. Palestinian groups have vowed to continue demonstrations despite repression from Israeli forces, which also launched air raids in response to recent protests. I don't really get it why Israel is working so hard to get Palestinians out of Israel. Palestinians are Arabs. They're Semitic peoples, as are the Hebrews, and Arabic and Hebrew are Semitic languages. So why is Israel fighting so hard, being anti-Semitic against their fellow Semites, the Palestinians? I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe someday I will. Now, the the climate crisis puts over 1 billion children at extremely high risk of extreme weather. Yes, they're the ones who suffer. And it's very unfortunate that people aren't taking climate change seriously. Bolivian wildfires scorched nearly 700,000 acres as ranchers and farmers drive deforestation. Deforestation kills the forests, which capture the carbon and helps to keep the plant healthier. And deforestation also takes away roots, so the land is not secure in case of floods and earthquakes and things. So they shouldn't be destroying the forests. Mexican journalists demand justice for slain radio reporter Jacinto Romero Flores. VP Harris kicks off Southeast Asia tour in Singapore. Biden nominates Rahm Emanuel as the ambassador to Japan. Um, Biden nominates Rahm Emanuel as the ambassador to Japan, drawing ire of progressives. Rahm Emanuel should not be anywhere in government. When he was the mayor of Chicago, he took money from the Chicago city schools and gave it to a private university. He shouldn't be anywhere in government. SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the U.S., to weigh the fate of Trump era remain in Mexico policy for asylum seekers. I'm against that policy. If someone's here seeking asylum, they should be allowed into the country to go through the process. California judge voids proposition exempting gig economy workers from labor protections. Thank you, California judge. That proposition was meant to keep gig workers who work for Uber and Lyft, ride-sharing companies, from getting any kind of labor protections or any kind of benefits. They're classified as independent contractors, not employees. So I'm glad that that Proposition 22 has been voided, and I hope it will not come back again. I know those Uber and Lyft people and others are going to launch an appeal, but I hope they fail. Lawmakers call on Biden to halt Enbridge Line 3 pipeline as police step up attacks on protesters. This is in Minnesota. It's going to be it's for a time. It's for a Canadian company. It's tar sands oil, the dirtiest of oils. I agree. Shut down Line 3. Let's use our renewable clean energy. Pentagon boosts U.S. troop levels in Kabul as chaotic evacuations follow Taliban takeover. Okay. As you can see, the world is a mess. So what are we going to do about it? Well, stay safe, protect yourself and others, wear a mask, practice social distancing when the vaccine is available for you, and it's safe for you to take it. I would take it. So, okay, how about a little music? Sing Georgie Girl, World of Our Own. Okay, why don't we do World of Our Own? Close the door, light the lights, we're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away. Just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own. We'll build a world of our own that no one else can share. All our troubles we'll leave far behind us there. And I know we will find such peace of mind when we live in a world of our own. That was written by Tom Springfield of the Springfield folk group, which included Sister Dusty, who went on to become an international singing star. It was recorded by Dusty. It was also recorded by the Seekers. So, okay, thank you very much for tuning in. Stay safe. Take care of yourself and others. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night.